ladies and gentlemen, this intro is going to be a little bit short. Now, when I say short, I mean long. Why? Because we got something we need to talk to you about. Something that we think is very important. You've all seen the news. There are clandestine wars breaking out all over the earth. There is famine, food shortages, earthquakes. There are wars basically everywhere you look. As a matter of fact, since the turn of the 19th century into the 20th century, there has only been 7 days where the world has been at peace on documented record. But yet, the times we're going through right now is unprecedented. The stuff happening today has never happened before. So there is no, we made it through it before, we can get through it this time. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to happen. So what are you going to do? In some of our intros, we told you what was about to happen. We told you about the FEMA camps. We told you about the diseases that they are purporting to spread throughout the world to decrease the population. Kofi Annan, former UN Secretary General, told you what they were getting ready to do. They told you that they were going to decrease the population, but yet you didn't pay attention. You didn't think it was possible for them to do this. And then you sat back quietly as we brought to your attention that they were moving military equipment and positioning it throughout the entire United States, outside of all major cities. Why? To create a bottleneck, to block everybody inside the city. You're asking, how can they do this when there are more people than there are military? Because fear is a very powerful weapon. And if you have somebody with a machine gun standing in front of you and all you have is a machete, well, let's say they don't have to worry about you no more. So many people are going to want to stand up and they're going to want to fight and they're going to want to go and get their guns and they're going to want to be the opposition. The best thing you can do, this is our opinion and we've never given you our opinion before, but the best thing you can do is to keep your mouth shut about what's going on. To keep it to yourself. You know what's going on. Play along. Just play along. Act dumb. Act stupid. Act like the rest of the people. Act like you don't know a single thing about your rights or what's going on. Yes, I'm sorry to say this to all of you, but the best way to defeat your enemy is to understand your enemy and to use his tactics against him. They are looking for people who are awake. They are looking for people who know what's happening. They are looking for people who know what's going on. So you are going to have to pretend that you are not part of the individuals who are awake, that you are still asleep. You played daydreaming when you were a child. With your parents, you played like you were asleep. So all you have to do is play dumb. I think many of you can master that without very much practice. Just kidding. But it is absolutely necessary. Sorry that this intro is a little bit longer than others, but we think that this information is very important to the many of you because it's going to create a problem, a very big problem. A lot of people will die, and you are going to have to hold your head up, and you're going to have to take it in stride, only for the moment, only until they affect what they are purporting to do. And then we can change everything. But many of you have no clue as to what changes are coming. So I'm going to say this again. Although I've mentioned it before, I will say it again. You have to focus on saving your life. And there is only one way for which you can save your life. I cannot tell you what that way is. If you don't already know, then you're going to have to do your research and find out. Sorry, that way is only provided for those who search for the answer. Just like discharging debt or offsetting debt. We can't tell you how to do that Because if we give you all the answers, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Well, this is your lifetime, and you're going to have to make the best of it. This is from your friend here at the Redress Right organization, and we ask that each of you please pay attention to what's going on around you as things are changing.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, we just wanted to take a little bit of a moment to bring you up to speed and up to date on something. Got a video sent to me. This is about a police chief, and this particular police chief decided to let everybody know exactly what we've been talking about for going on 2 years now. Police officer exposes FEMA list. Now this is what Jack McLam, an American police officer, exposes FEMA camps. This is what he had to say. That the Homeland Security has this list. Red, blue, yellow list. In other words, you fit in this category, you fit in that category, you fit in that category. Like hospitals do with triage. If they have this injury, they're this. If they have that injury, they're this. If they don't have this injury or that injury, then they're that. Well, notice this. FEMA will use these lists to identify all Americans on a broad scale. All legal American citizens are unfortunately on one of these lists. By the way, this man has the yellow list mistaken for some pink list. He laughed out loud. Here's the thing. Now, what most of you may or may not be aware of as to what's going on, you don't want to be an American citizen. You want to be an American national. And some of you, let's see if we can pull that up, because we are connected to the internet. We've been connected to the internet for a moment now, but haven't utilized it. We're going to type in a name here. It's the military code. It's called the Lieber Code. I may be spelling it wrong, but Google will correct me because Google's Big Papa. And so, yeah, Lieber. Now, Wikipedia has it, but we're not looking for Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not our source for information. Okay? We tend to go with .orgs, .gov, .us. International Humanitarian Law, Lieber Code 1863. The Lieber instructions represent the first attempt to codify laws of war. They were prepared during the American Civil War by Francis Lieber. Okay? And the government, when it declares martial law, and it will, and I agree with the individual who sent me an email today, that more than likely it will be the same as in Vietnam, where they will launch an attack on an American naval vessel. Probably this attack will take place in the Persian Gulf, and they will claim that it was Iran who did it. Okay, they call it a false flag. Alex Jones and others have been calling it the October surprise. But I believe that if they did launch a false flag, it would probably be against the military, because that's the ones they have to get control of first before they can go after the people, because the military is not willing to go after the people as of yet. But you give them a reason, and let there be a couple of thousand people on that one aircraft vessel, and see what happens. And then they'll make up some excuse about how the radar wasn't working, or how they have anti-radar detecting missiles and they got this technology from Russia. They're going to come up with all kind of lies. But this is one possibility, and I say possibility. Let's go back to we pulled up the Lieber Code, did finally pull up here, and this one is actually called Lieber Code .org. Well, let's go here. And this is updated as much as October 1st, 2012. I actually like the fact that somebody took the time to put up a website entitled The Lieber Code. And it's a org. Now, I don't have time to read all of this. As you can see, it's a lot. But, ladies and gentlemen, you see how to spell the Lieber Code? And this is not what I'm looking for. Yes. Okay. Although I like the angle that this goes at, this is not what I'm looking for. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know this song. This is Readyiphone Jackson, and I believe this is called Centipede. Let's go here. Alright, let's see what we got here. That is Readyiphone Jackson doing Centipede. Alright song. A lot of people liked it when it came out, and they even had a dance called the Centipede. It's pretty much where you can see the origins of the Cabbage Patch came from. Alright, let's continue. Here's a list of the meanings of these codes that's in that list for the FEMA camps. The red lists are these people who are enemies of the New World Order. That's what NWO stands for. They are leaders of patriot groups, outspoken ministers, outspoken talk show hosts, community leaders, and net leaders. These people will be dragged out of their homes early in the morning and will be taken to FEMA detention centers and killed. Oh my! This will take place approximately 2 weeks before martial law is enforced. So let me let you know, I don't consider myself to be a member of any of those groups, but I assure you that the powers that be will consider me to be a part of that group. So let's state it for the record. Let's put it on the public record on the World Wide Web. I am not a patriot. I am not a United States citizen. So my patriotism has never been applied to any government or any country. I am not an outspoken minister, although I am an ordained minister. I am not an outspoken talk show host because I do not host talk shows. I am not a community leader because I choose not to be one. And I'm not an internet leader. I am a small peg in a small pond. But does that mean that I'm afraid? No. Because as you heard in the intro to this video, all of you are going to have to play along. You're going to have to play dumb. You're going to have to play dead. There is a bear getting ready to attack you and your family. And you have nowhere to run. You're in a room with a closed door and the bear is guarding the door. And that's the only way out. So if you try to fight the bear, you will lose because he is equipped with claws and you're only standing there with a piece of paper and a pen. But the pen is mightier. Okay, well you go ahead and you keep believing that. The blue list. This is for those who are enemies of the New World Order but are followers of the red list folks. These people will be rounded up after martial law is in place and will be taken to the detention centers and re-educated. Oh no! With various mind control techniques will be used on them. So what you're going to do is you're going to play dead and then you're going to play dumb. And you're going to play along with the system. You're not going to fully acquiesce. I'm not telling any of you to fully acquiesce. I'm not telling any of you to give up your principles. I am talking about survival. There is truly only one way to survive what's about to happen. To save your life. But these videos are not designed to teach you that. You have to know this on your own. You have to be searching for that on your own. And I am not going to point you in that direction. Sorry, I don't care how desperate you are. You will have to find that on your own. The yellow list, well, these are for citizens who know nothing about the New World Order and don't want to know. they are considered to be no threat at all and will be instructed as to how to behave and will most likely do whatever they are told. Unfortunately, there are too many of these to be effectively controlled, so many will be killed or starved to death. Most of you are probably on the blue list. Look, ladies and gentlemen, either way, I would suggest that the yellow list, play dumb. Some of us can't play dumb, like the person making this video. He can't play dumb because he just told everybody else to do it. So the first thing they're going to be expecting is for him not to play dumb. Plus, it's not within my personality to play dumb. Okay? When I started this journey, I knew what was coming. And somebody had to be the voice or beacon of reason. Somebody had to point the people in the right direction. Well, what about the seminars and all of the A for Bs? Well, that's the unique thing about all of this. They can't change the system to the point where they get rid of all of the other grievances that happened prior, because they are ex post facto, especially when criminal conduct is involved. Okay? So that's why we're following our paperwork now. That's why we're sending all of these mortgage issues under certified mail. That's why we're doing the Legal Redress Commission, and my hope is we'll have the foundation set up the week after this, which is the week of the 15th. Because today's the 8th, 8 and 7 is 5th. Hey, didn't even know it was Monday the 15th. But by the week of the 15th, we hope to have it set up and to have a registration online where you can register to have your corporation protected by the foundation within the living trust of the foundation. Now, we're working on that now. We'll let you know more. One way or another, we're going to get through this. We're going to get this done. Okay. Now, some of you, I want to let you know that many of you have been saying, "Oh, I love the music you've been playing in the background. It kind of reminds me of..." This is Tevin Campbell, and I didn't know this was him. We have a different set of mixture. Let's see. We're going to leave Tevin alone, and I'm going to play Everything Must Change. Because, uh-oh, it won't let me play Everything Must Change. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Everything Must Change is a perfect song. Let's do that and that. Nope. Okay. Look at this. I don't think Everything Must Change is complete. Oh well. Everything Must Change is a perfect song. But I tell you what, to end this video, because I want to get it up online, we're going to play The World is a Ghetto, and let's see if this is the long version. Yep, it's the long version, 10 minutes, so I got 10 minutes to finish explaining all of this to you. They will try to tell you that you have no recourse. If you had a claim prior, you waived those rights when you did this and when you did that. It's a good thing that we're reserving everyone's rights on each of these documents under Uniform Commercial Code Section 1-308. Uh-oh, did I tell our hand? Of course not. Like I said, this is what they're going to tell people. You don't have to play dumb then. You only have to play dumb now. Because see, by then, they will have set up laws in place where they can't do certain things. And all you have to do is learn those laws, understand those laws. This is what is believed to occur. They claim that they're about to shut off the internet for approximately 6 months. I think 6 months is too long. I think what they're going to do is they're going to put in their Skynet, as in the Terminator. They're going to put in their Skynet system. They've already set it up. It's already been in place. But they're going to put the so-called, Alex Jones calls it a kill switch. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Alex Jones. Used to be. Used to like him. Used to like his show. But his show has gotten so... hey, you better get your guns, and if you don't get your guns, you're not going to blah, 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 blah. He's telling people to be violent. He'll swear up and down that he's not saying be violent. But when you tell people to grab their guns, what do you tell them to grab their guns for? When you just told them that the military is going to be doing military checkpoints and military is going to be going into people's homes. So why are you telling people to grab their guns? You see, they want the revolution. They want V for Vendetta. If you don't believe me, go and listen to his show. He talks about V for Vendetta. They did a V for Vendetta campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the worst thing in the world any of you can do. I know some of you are going to disagree with me on all of this, and that's okay. But you need to go look at history. Who could have stopped Hitler? What most of you don't know is that Hitler incarcerated many of Jehovah's Witnesses during the beginning of World War II from 1933 to 1945. And in 1933, Jehovah's Witnesses were writing the President of the United States, whose grandmother was a Jehovah's Witness, saying, hey, look here, fool. He's over here locking these people up because they're refusing to go to war. Hitler, vowed to destroy every single Jehovah's Witness off the face of this earth. And he referred to them as the Bible students, but he said it in German. And his unique tactics were to put a purple diamond on them, on their uniforms. So it was a diamond-shaped emblem on their uniforms in the color purple, and they were referred to in the camps as the Purple Diamonds. Whenever you hear about the history of World War II, you never hear about that group, who never cowered, never bowed, never gave in. So, no matter what opposition you think you can foment, please understand that it's already been tried in history. I'm not telling people to give up or to cower. Listen to the intro of this video again. Notice it doesn't tell you to give up, cower, or anything like that. It tells you to do exactly what the yellow people do. We're going to call them blue people, red people, yellow people, because that's what they are. These people, okay, these are citizens. Interesting. So we're going to pretend. This is what I'm suggesting to people. I can't do it. I'm the idiot making this video. But you're going to pretend to be yellow. You're going to pretend to have that yellow streak down your back. You're going to pretend to be a coward and not know any of this. Those of you who have stockpiles of food, you're going to have to find some place to bury that food. And more than likely, I would say, trust me on this, find some lead shielding so that you can put over whatever you're burying, so that if they did have x-ray machines, but what if they have metal detectors? It doesn't matter. You put metal all throughout your yard. Let them sit up there and dig metal all day long. But what we're saying is, don't put all your food in one place. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay? Do not put all of your stored food in one place, because they're coming after that. That's going to be one of the reasons they go into your homes. They're not just coming into your home to collect guns. They're coming into your home to collect extra food. Why? Because they don't want you riding this out. They need you dependent. And as long as you are dependent, they have control. So they need dependency. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to start confiscating food. One guy says, well, my family, I'm going to protect my family. I got a gun and I'm going to... And I told him, I said, no, wait a minute. You're going to have to pretend that you don't have food. You're going to have to pretend that you don't have a gun. You're going to have to pretend that your family is starving just as much as the rest of the people out there. And what you're going to have to do is go with those people to look for food. Okay? It's just that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot appear to be a hoarder of food, a hoarder of money, a hoarder of gold, a hoarder of anything, because you will not survive. This is all about survival. Now, there is this thing about ultimate survival, but again, these videos are not designed for that. I cannot tell you scripturally how to survive. Not in these videos, because this is not that form, and I am not here to preach or to teach you about scripture in these videos. Sorry! So you're going to have to go look for that answer. You see, I think of it this way. If this was the time, and we're going to briefly, before this song goes off, if this was the time of Noah's Ark.
Well, no, that didn't happen.
Really? Well, then how come scientists have proven that the earth used to be completely covered with water? They have discovered a woolly mammoth with vegetation still in its mouth that was not conducive of the area for where it was found, but other locations, tropical locations. By the way, if you really believe that the earth was never covered by water, just listen to the scientists talk about the melting of the world, the North and South poles. They said that it will cover the world and every mountain by at least 20 feet above the highest mountain peak. Okay, I didn't make that up. But I tell you one thing, if that were these days, and if Noah had that ark, I promise you, I would have been inside that ark. I would have been saying, I'm going to help you feed these animals. But come next week, if this ain't done, I'm going to clown you. And I'm going to be out there with the rest of the people making a fool of you. But, man, if it happens, you my best friend for life. Shoot, you done helped save my life. So, if it's going to happen, according to Scripture, it's going to happen. If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. You have to make the choice. You have to make the decision. Again, this is not about religion. This is not about the Bible. This is about survival. I would love to play that song right now by Grandmaster Flash called Survival. But this is not the forum for that. This is just letting you know that the world is a ghetto, and it's about to become a complete ghetto. Thank you for listening. We'll do more videos on this subject as we have more information coming about. We still got about a minute for this video to go off, so let's thank you for visiting the redressright.org and the Redress Right organization. Please understand the California event is still on. We will be having it November 10th and 11th, and we'll be going over ways to protect yourself and to dissolve the Sesta KV Trust through the Vatican. Okay, because that's where it was set up, so we have to go to the source. Keep remembering the matrix in all of this. You have to go to the source. And remember, when Zion was being attacked, where were all the people? Only a couple of them were up there fighting and they lost their lives. What about all the people who didn't fight, who were in the background? You have to pay attention to the matrix because it told you everything they're about to do. All right, I promised that I would end this as soon as that song went off. It's over. Finished. Done. Goodbye.
This is Robert Masterson. Oh, that was close. I thought they were gonna, well, you know, we don't talk about that. Look, we told all of you this was gonna happen, so you don't have no one else to blame. We told you what they were getting ready to do. And what did you do? You did nothing. You just stood there. You said, do that to me one more time. Do that to me one more again. Well, we're telling you right now, you can still take action. We're not telling you to stand up because you can't